Well, hello, you Ruftons, which would roughly translate into Afrikaans, Jou rowwe bliksem. Welcome to the video. So, all the humor aside, I actually want to make this video to explain a bit more about beacons, how they work, and how they can actually help you win. And in a way, become a better player, not to sound all corny or philosophical. So, let's get right into it. On the screen, you'll see a little doodle that I did, just a quick drawing. It is just to make it easier to see what I mean. Forgive me if I'm not a talented artist like Leonardo da Vinci or whoever it may be. So also a full disclaimer, I don't want to waste your time too much. This video is solely purposed for Beacon Rush and Domination. If you are a hardcore free-for-all player or deathmatch, this is not the video for you. Maybe go check out Adrian Chong's videos instead. Wink. So to make it easy, I've divided the map into categories and I have marked them with numbers. So red is marked important, yellow is marked joker, and white stripes are just your basic spawn. Now I do this because most players that I play with, mostly randoms, and even if we do DOs, people still do not understand beacons. Not only in a way is it kind of a chore to get a beacon, but you have to understand why you are getting that beacon. So the reason for that is you want to control territory and not run from beacon to beacon like a chicken without a head. So I've marked the red ones as important. So it would be number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are your most important beacons. It is very important to get those 2 beacons or the 4. Depends on what side you're on. Number 1 and number 2 if you're on the blue team. And if you're on the opposite team, it would be number 3 and number 4. If you don't get those beacons within the first 30 seconds of the game, if you leave those beacons unmanned or uncapped, you easily decrease your chance of winning that game by 90% at best. So ideally you would have one player going for beacon number 1, which would be the closest. You would have 3 players shooting for the center, and you had 2 other players going for the second beacon on your side. So the more beacons you have, the more territory you can efficiently control, or at least that area. So to go back on the yellow marker, which I call the joker, which is number 5, that should usually be your center beacon. Now the center beacon isn't, I wouldn't say it's not important, it's 50-50. You can win the game without that beacon, or you can lose the game without that beacon. Depending on the situation, you can still win a game with only 2 beacons, but you would have to successfully outmech your enemy team, or had enough beacons in the beginning of the game to have a beacon bar larger than your enemy team. What I'm saying, usually your center beacon is give or take. You can either try and get it, but don't waste your bots trying to get it. That would be very stupid. Be patient. Rather waste a bot going for the enemy's important beacons, which are marked number 3 and number 4, because then you would control a whole line of territory either on the right side of the map or the left side of the map, and the closer you can get to the spawn, the easier you can spawn raid your enemy team, which a lot of us know what spawn raiding is. Usually hardcorps or vox, they would spawn raid you. That is not fun. I would also not suggest dropping out of the match if you play against them and you get spawn raided. Try and get as much damage in as possible, because you'll lose a lot of points for yourself and your clan if you were to be in a clan. And last but not least, the white stripes on the map, that is your spawn. You would ideally want to keep enemies out of that area as much as possible. Having a last stand or battleborn, or even any stealth bot that you can just get past the enemy or past your own lines, that would help a lot. So that's about it. Thanks for letting me waste 4 minutes of your day's time. And don't forget to hit that I'm just kidding. However, do let me know down in the comments if you have any other ideas or even better ways of thinking about beacons, so we can get players to actually play the game correctly. That would benefit all of us. Thanks for watching.